Well, folks, I wasted 2 trades in Asia, but I'm going to show you why. Um, First off, we came and we took this 4 hour regular trading hour high, and that matches my rules. And we pulled away with a fair value gap. Now, the problem is I got in right here. My stop was up here. I put it above this candle, and this stupid thing came in and wicked it out. This is the opening range candle. This is the breaker right here. When we went up and we respected that breaker, because the high of the breaker is that high of the opening range. We respected it. The center point never even got any candle bodies into it. And then pulled away with a fair value gap. I got back in, but I didn't get back in all the way till down here. Now, I thought this candle wick right here last night, we pulled back to there. And I was thinking that's the draw. It's also the new week opening gap. And so I put my top take profit all the way down there. After I ended up getting stopped out on this one for a $66 loss. And then I ended up getting back in, probably a little bit too low. This would have been a better entry right there. But micros, when you're trading one micro, it's forgiving. That little push back up was 23 points. If you're trading something large, would have been rough. But it looks like now we do typically get a push back up before we finish out the run, but it does look kind of like we might go out down here and take out that wick. Now, over here on ES, we have to compare. ES just took out these. These are 15 minutes. Took those two and these two relative equal lows, and that may be all it wants. But 6,600 has been a draw. 6,604 is the top of the end walk, 6603.75. So if it just gets to the top of its end walk, then this is going to fill me right here. It looks like it's trying to push now, but it could go back up any second. I'm going to put my take profit down just a little bit more right here at the top of this candle that created the fair value gap. That's a good trail spot. Now I'll lock in $207 on this trade, and that'll be just fine. I would really like to see it continue its push and go ahead and take out that wick. If we look at this on a 15-minute perspective, this is the wick I'm talking about right here. If it would just get on down there, I'd sure be happy. Now, I may be kicking myself later because we may end up offering lower, but I'm not in control of that. I'm not going to let it run. I don't have advanced software. I'm just using Clipchamp for this. And so I can link some videos together, but I don't have the ability to record all of this and then play it back at a different speed than the other stuff. At least I don't think I do. Maybe I do. But ideally, I would like to play this while I'm explaining the trade in a hyper speed, but I don't know if it'll let me do that. So I'm not going to give you all the satisfaction of seeing it push through that low. It's either going to do it or it's not going to do it. I'll make 207 if it doesn't. And so I'm just going to end the video here, but I did want to document the trade. This is day 2 of my 1 micro challenge. I just took trade number 3 of today. It happened pretty quick, so I didn't have time to get it on video. But this is all the pre-market action. This was the previous pre-market high right here. And we'd come down and taken out these lows, pushed down, made a higher low, pulled away with a fair value gap. And then we came back down to the breaker, fair value gap. I jumped in, aimed for pre-market high, and I got it. And so that's my 3rd trade of the day. First one was a loser, and then had a winner last night during Asia. And I don't know if this was news driven or what, but it's real common to take the pre-market high. Now, I think we'll probably end up going to settlement when we open, but I've only got one more trade left. And you can kind of see this NWOG seems to be a draw down here. We've been up above this regular trading hour, 4 hour high twice. And then, like we went here just briefly, and then we went and took that out. So I'm thinking this might be a little bit of a range. Like maybe we go back up and try to make a new high and fail, and then come down and maybe work into this NWOG. But it's too close to the open now to get another trade. I do like to take that pre-market high and low range if the setup's there, and it was there this morning, so I just grabbed a few points. I actually thought it because this big candle. I mean, that was just a rip. It looked like news driven. Let's see how many points that was. All right, this is my last trade of the day, number 4. Um, First one was a loser, second one winner, third one winner. And I only got into this one because, well, we've been, we of course opened and just ripped lower. And this is actually the 10 o'clock candle. But that fair value gap right there was respected to the tick. And I was thinking we could get at least back down to the breaker here. Man, that nearly got me. I don't want to risk anymore because I'm already in profit for the day. So that's why I moved my stop to where I did. But that little pullback, it looks like it's going to take me out. And if it does, that'll lock me for the day. Yeah, this isn't looking good at all. And that was quite a rip. You don't have to do that. There it went. Okay, so maybe that was dead wrong. That was sure quite a pullback. We do have this gap up here. And we also have, we could revisit that. But that immediate rebalance right there, I don't know. This could be a lower high, and then we offer down. We do have the daily low here. And that's something that I definitely wanted to point out. I didn't see the same type of to the tick reaction over here. That's one thing that concerned me on that trade. And that's why I put my stop to where I didn't lose any money on it. But this is just show you how regular trading hour levels carry more weight than daily levels. This occurred overnight. This low occurred overnight. This one occurred during the New York session. On both indexes, we took the one that occurred during the New York session while leaving the daily low. Now, we may end up taking it later, but there was a clear reaction once we took it to pop back up. Now, we may go all the way up, back up to settlement. Settlement's up here at the top of that box on both indexes. We may go up there. It ranged all night, but we've taken quite a bit of a dip here. So it's hard to say. I know that should have locked my accounts for the day. Yeah, we're locked. And so we can look at the performance here. Ended up $276.04 on the day. This is trading 1 micro. So yesterday we had 3 trades. Today we had 4. And that's it. We're locked. Day 2 of the 1 micro challenge, a success, and I stuck to my rules. So there we go. The only one I would say that was not sticking to my rules was that very last one. That was more just an intuition type of trade. But because of the nature of it, I did go to break even immediately. Because it could have flushed to that daily low. It definitely could have, or at least back to the breaker. But the better option would have been to wait for it to go to the breaker and take a long at the breaker and then try for gap fill. But I just the way we flushed at the open, I think we're heading south. And that's why I took that trade. All right, that's it. I don't guess I have anything else to add to this part. I guess I could do a review of the